In this particular video, we will look into the basis of classification. The three bases of classification. The first is the coelom, second is the segmentation, and the third is the notochord. Now, talking of coelom, so the body cavity which is lined by mesoderm is called as coelom. Now, there can be a condition in which coelom is absent, so we will call it as acoelomate condition. There can be a condition in which false coelom is present, so it is called as pseudocoelom, and in the third case true coelom will be present, so it is called as coelomate condition. So in these three conditions, in the first case there is no coelom, in the second case pseudocoelom is there. Now what is pseudocoelom? If mesoderm is present but it is in the form of scattered pouches, that condition is called as pseudocoelom, and if that condition is present, then we will call the organism as pseudocoelomate. The third is coelomate. Now if the body cavity is there and on both its sides, on the outer side and on the inner side, if there is lining of mesoderm, this condition is called as coelomate condition. Now let us try to look this into this particular diagram. So in this diagram, all the three conditions are given. Now in this, first we will look into the condition of acoelomate 1. So in this C diagram is a coelomate. So in this, if we see that this particular layer is ectoderm, this layer is mesoderm, and this inner layer is endoderm. So in this, all three layers are present, but there is no cavity which is present between mesoderm. So this will be the case of acoelomate 1. The second diagram is pseudocoelomate. So this is pseudocoelomate. In the case of pseudocoelomate, this outer layer is ectoderm, this inner layer is endoderm, but in the middle part, if we see, then we can see these pouches. Now these pouches are scattered pouches of mesoderm, and that is why we say that this is pseudocoelomate condition. After this, we come to the most advanced condition, that is coelomate condition. So this is coelomate condition. In this diagram, we can see that the outer layer is ectoderm, this inner layer, this is endoderm, and if we see the reddish layer, that is the mesoderm, it has been split into two layers. So this is the outer mesoderm and this is the inner mesoderm. So that means in between these two layers, there is cavity present. So this clear cavity which is present, it is called as coelom, and that is why this condition is called as coelomate condition. After this, looking into the phylums in which this condition is present. So the first phylum, that is Porifera. So in Porifera, it is acoelomate condition. Then Coelenterata, Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes. Till Platyhelminthes, there will be no coelom which will be present. Then phylum Aschelminthes is the only phylum which has pseudocoelomate condition, and after this it will be Annelida, from which coelomate condition will start. So that means the first phylum that has coelom is Annelida. Now from Annelida, this coelomate condition will continue till Chordata. After the fifth basis of classification, that is coelom, we come to the sixth basis, that is segmentation. Now the meaning of segmentation is that if the body is divided into small segments or metameres, the condition is called as segmentation. Now if the body will be divided into segments, there will be serial repetition of at least some organs, and we can say it is true segmentation, and as metameres were present, the condition is called as metamerism. Now this particular condition true segmentation or metamerism is just found in three phylums. The first phylum is the Annelida. In Annelida, both externally and internally body is segmented. The second is Arthropoda. The segmentation is only external, no internal segmentation is there. But in the case of Chordata, it will be just internal segmentation. And all the phylums, apart from these three phylums, in them segmentation is absent. After segmentation, we move to the last basis of classification, that is notochord. Now, talking of the structure of notochord, notochord is a rod-like structure which is present on dorsal side in embryo. So, this is the structure that we study later, that it converts to vertebral column. And if we talk about the origin, then notochord is mesodermally derived. Talking of the phylums in which notochord is present, there is just one phylum, phylum Chordata, in which notochord is present, and that is why we say that phylum Chordata are the chordates and all the rest phylums, that is starting from Porifera to Hemichordata, these will be non-chordates. So, these are all the basis of classifications that we have covered. After this, let us try to summarize the condition over here. So, the basis of classification in all what we studied, the first we studied was level of organization. Then we talked about digestive system. We talked about circulatory system. After this, we talked about symmetry. After symmetry, we talked about germ layers. Then we talked about coelom and segmentation. Now, here if we see that respiratory system is also there, so we will look into that as well. Now, in this particular table, we will start from the first character, that is level of organization. Now, we had seen that level of organization cellular was present just in Porifera. Then two different sealant traits and ctenophores, these had tissue level. In the case of Platyhelminthes, basically it was organ system, but there were some organ systems which were also present. Then the first phylum in which proper organ system came was Aschelminthes, and it continued till the last, that is Chordata. The second, symmetry. If we talk of symmetry, then in Porifera most were asymmetrical and the some were radial. In Coelenterata it was radial, in Ctenophora it was radial. Bilateral symmetry started right from the Platyhelminthes and went till last, but exception here was Echinodermata, because in echinodermates larva was bilaterally symmetrical but adults were radial. After this, moving to coelom. Now, in the case of coelom, from Porifera to Platyhelminthes, coelom was absent. Pseudocoelomate was in the case of Aschelminthes, only phylum to have pseudocoelomate condition. From Annelida, coelomate condition started and this condition continued till the last phylum, Chordata. After this, moving to segmentation, there were only three phylums which were having true segmentation or metamerism. The first phylum was Annelida, the second was Arthropoda, and the third was Chordata, and in all the remaining phylums it was absent. After this, moving to digestive system. In digestive system, in the case of Porifera, it was absent. In Coelenterata and Ctenophora, incomplete condition were there. Even in Platyhelminthes, it was incomplete condition. So, the first phylum in which complete condition came, it was Aschelminthes, and it continued till last, till phylum Chordata. After this, moving to circulatory system. Circulatory system started quite late, and the first phylum in which circulatory system came was Annelida. So, all phylums before Annelida, there is absent circulatory system. Now, the circulatory system which came in Annelida, we know it was closed, and apart from Annelida, it is just the chordata in which closed circulatory system is present, and all the four phylums will have open circulatory system. Now, let us talk about respiratory system also. So, respiratory system is a system which started quite late. So, the first phylum in which respiratory system came was Arthropoda, and before Arthropoda, respiratory system is absent, and after Arthropoda, it will be present. Now, in this case, one point has to be noted that in the case of Annelida, respiration occurs by skin, that is cutaneous respiration occurs, but we do not consider skin as an exclusive respiratory organ. That is why we say that the respiratory system starts from the phylum Arthropoda.